first thing in the morning, being the first one out. It's kind of like what I live for, you know, that early morning, being out there in the dark. I was staying with Ock and Luke in our brewery on Namotu, and we said, you know, through the week we're like, oh, for your birthday, you know, we should get a first boat out there and be the first ones out. That'd be really cool, be really special, you know. And I was just wrapped with that. I was super psyched, you know, surf with Ock and Luke on my birthday at Cloudbreak. Like, what a birthday present, you know. Just super psyched. So I'd been thinking about it, you know, through the week, and then something happened in the contest and I got knocked out. I was eliminated, so I was like starting to pound the beers and just going fishing and enjoying it, whatever. And then just through that afternoon, something came into my head that it might be a good idea to just try and head on out through the night so I could be there real early and just, you know, be the first one out there. And didn't give it too much more thought, but then as the night progressed, it started to become an even better idea. And I actioned it. I got my buddy Phil Macker at the time and I told him what I wanted to do, and we went down the water's edge and we pinched a canoe from underneath the, you know, the office. And so I knew there'd be waves the next morning, and just tied up my leash, like my 610, to the back of the canoe, and then just tried to stay stable enough to, you know, get myself over to restaurants. Was my first goal, because Namotu's over here. Luckily for me that night it was kind of like half moon, so there's a little bit of light. You could sort of see whitewash over there. Pretty wobbly because the thing was pretty narrow and I'd had, you know, a skin full of beers, so it was pretty rad. I fell out so many times going over there. So I'm thinking, like, you know, I just wanted to do it. I wasn't thinking sharks, currents, anything. I was just on a mission, you know. I think I left about 10 and got there at like 3 in the morning. There's a lot to it, but I went across the restaurants. I got there and I just thought if I stay off the back of the break, you know, and then get out to Cloudbreak from there, like kind of go across and then out. And then, yeah, just sent on the mission out to the tower. At that time it was kind of like about this deep water over the reef, and so I was just sort of shallow paddling. I got to the tower, I tied off the ski, the canoe to the tower, and went up. And it was pretty bad because the judges had had like their drinks through the day, and I was just like pounding little leftover bits of Powerade and water, and kind of all came to where I was, and then holy shit, I'm out of Cloudbreak on the tower. And anyway, I tried to get some rest because I wanted to surf in the morning. And I was having a bit of a nap, and then I woke up to this boom, 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 and I was like, shit, what's that, you know? And went down, and the white water coming over the reef now, and the leg rope for the leash was stretching and was bashing the canoe into the leg of the tower. I went down, try and salvage the canoe, and it had a big hole in the front. It was all waterlogged, so I was like trying to grab it and get it back, and I was drifting away from the tower, so I was like, had to make a decision, like, get that going, just get back to the thing. And I was like, I had to let the canoe go, and then I went back up in the tower, so it was just me, the tower, and my 610. And anyway, so I just left that. I was like, oh shit. That morning I paddled out my own, and I got probably about 3 or 4 waves, still like moonlit because the sun comes up behind you there. It was rad, pink sunset. It was my birthday, surfing out there alone, just loving it. And then yeah, I caught like 3 or 4 waves, and I was sitting out the back. It was starting to get light, and I seen this boat coming over, like from the 2 islands. It was Ock and Luke. They were looking for me on the island, and they've just come out in the boat, first one out, and I'm already sitting out there, just sitting there, yeah boys, already here, it's a big paddle. And we just surfed together for like, I don't know, probably about 40 minutes. It was pretty epic.
It was just unbelievable. Like, we saw him, and you know, I've surfed with him so much, he's like yelling out, "Ark, Ark!" And I'm like, you mad, far out. And he's just got that look on his face, like, yeah, I pulled it.
It was all good. It was like, you know, sort of went from hero to zero pretty quick though, because like when the Namotu, the Tavi boats came out, they found a canoe that was half, you know, submerged and sunk. So alarm bells started ringing that something gnarly had happened to me, because I wasn't at, you know, my bed, and then there's this canoe that was all smashed up. So this kind of went pretty gnarly because it wasn't very responsible of me, I suppose. So yeah, it was kind of like ASP fines and you know, apologies, and I didn't realise at the time, but it was, yeah, it made a few people pretty worried. Alarm bells were ringing that someone might have got hurt or injured or drowned, so yeah, once I realised the seriousness of it, you know, I wasn't bragging about it or nothing, I just kind of, I didn't realise the harm done, you know, it's like, got out there, it's my birthday, you know, it's what I was, just loved doing, and, but you know, I can see why that would have been a concern, so I had to just sort of, you know, take ownership for what I'd done, and it was all good.